What if the problem in your marriage isn't that you don't love each other anymore? What if you simply stopped feeling connected? Because most couples don't wake up one morning and decide to drift apart. It happens slowly. A busy season, a few hard conversations, years of responsibility. And before you know it, you're living beside someone you love, but you no longer feel close to them. My friend, if you found yourself thinking, I miss what we used to have, or how do I reconnect with my spouse? Stay with me. Because in this video, I'm going to teach you a very simple framework that I called the B.A.C.K Framework that can help you rebuild connection, trust, and closeness one step at a time. Also, my friend, stay with me to the end, and I'm going to send you a free workbook that I called Roommates to Partners. Because most marriages, they don't need a miracle. They just need a way back. So I just really want to jump into the framework today. And again, I called it the B.A.C.K Framework. And we're going to start with number one, which is belonging. Because when you feel belonging, you feel a unique sense of pride. You feel something like you have that connection, that you're creating that outcome, that you want this thing to grow. And this belonging, my friend, isn't just for you. This belonging is also for your spouse, for your wife, for that person that when you started in your marriage, you gave everything to. You connected with them. You loved them. You showed them who you truly were. But again, over time, the roles that you have done, you provided for them. Maybe you have kids and you're providing that role as a father. Maybe you have a career that you've been building over the years and you've given so much time and energy into that career that that connection and that belonging is gone. And my friend, number one, if you can create that safe space where your spouse feels accepted, they feel valued and they feel wanted, you are going to create that outcome in that life that you want. So number one is you want to create a belonging. Number two is we want to create an awareness. Awareness. Now, with awareness, you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to what's going on because you have to understand where the distance started and what changed between you. This, my friend, did not happen overnight. This was a series of small events that created this outcome that your life is like, I don't know where I went wrong. But if you look back at different situations, you go, okay, well, during the beginning, you were like, I was focused on my career. I didn't know how to really be connected. Maybe you didn't create that connection in the beginning. And you have to bring that awareness because you can't reconnect to what you refuse to recognize. Let me say that again. Because you can't reconnect to what you refuse to recognize. And when you refuse to recognize this, you don't pay attention to, well, okay, what are the needs that she needs in my life? What are the needs that she needs me to bring into this relationship? You have to pay attention. You have to know what that is. And now that we've created that belonging and you begin to create awareness as where it all went wrong, then we're going to move into C, which is curiosity. D. Curiosity. Now, you have to be curious, right? Get to know your spouse again. What are the things that she loves? What are the things she likes to do? What is she building? What are the roles she plays in her life? You begin this by asking better questions. Not, hey, how was your day today? Or, you get deeper. Hey, sweetie, what was one thing that really, pushed you today? What was one thing that you found hard? What was one thing that you truly loved? Give me 5 wins that you had for today, honey. Having these deeper questions is what's going to build your marriage and build that connection back. Because if you're not curious about your wife, if you're not curious about what she's done, you can't create that discovery. You can't really create that connection. Because curiosity creates discovery, and discovery creates connection. And when you begin to create, because if you want to create that life, that outcome, the connection back, you have to do it through simple steps, right? And then the third one we're going to jump into, we'll do black, I guess, is kindness. You know, we often get stuck within our work, and we often get stuck in being in those roles and that person we want to be, and we're so overwhelmed, right? And I can attest to this, my friends. I'd come home from work, and you know, instead of me being curious or aware of what's going on, I'm stuck in my head. You know, I worked as a correctional officer for years, and I was stuck not being that person that my wife needed. I had to show up with daily kindness, right? And the simplest way to do this, so oftentimes we feel we want to rebuild our marriage like this. We go, okay, if I continue, so this is where we are, this is who we are right now, and this is where we want to be with our spouse. I can't really, yeah. So that's our spouse, wife, husband. And we feel like, okay, if I do a bunch of, like, you know, maybe I'll bring flowers, maybe I'll, you know, take her on a trip, maybe I'll, you know, give her something or whatever. We feel like if we do kind of a few things over a period of time, we're going to be good. My friend, that's not the way it works. The way that you build your marriage, the way that you rebuild your connection is you build it small, little things on a daily basis that create that outcome, that create that life that you want. Because if you just do, you know, 3 or 4 things in, let's say, a week period, how's that going to build connection? You want to build, you know, 3 or 4 things every day, asking her about her day, doing the things, saying, you know what? I want to know about you. I want to understand. I want to be curious about who you are. And when you begin to build that small, little connections with kindness, my friend, your marriage is going to grow. You are going to create that marriage that you long for, that you've really been kind of frustrated at building. So I want to give you this free workbook, and I'll put the link below in the description. It's called Roommates to Partners. And basically you work through this workbook and you understand what caused you to become roommates and how to build that relationship back into that partnership, into that life that you want to be. And that's where your relationship is rebuilt. So my friend, if you're asking, how do I reconnect with my spouse? Start here. Create belonging. Increase awareness. Lead with curiosity. Practice kindness. Because most marriages don't need a complete rebuild. They need a return. And a return to the things that brought two people together in the first place. And if you want your marriage back, start with back. And if you really want to understand and walk the journey with me and other men, come and join the Connected Brotherhood. Because we talk about how to reconnect in your marriage, how to overcome these roles, how to create that life again that we're longing for as men. And that link is also below in the description. And if you want more info, go watch this next video. And it's going to give you more insight on connect with who you are as a man and understand where life can take you.